Sagittarius, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. You get a really similar reading to Cancer, so it always sticks out. One major, and it's the Sun card, and Cancer got exactly the same. Bit of a different reading, but I mean, obviously it's a different reading, but quite an interesting. You've got loads of people, 5 court cards. So it might be a week of, I think you're going to have a busy week, Sagittarius, to tell you the truth. I think a lot of it's going to be around communication, the Knight and Page of Swords. And maybe some opportunities, because you've got the Page and King of Wands. You've also got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, now your additional guidance card is Deep Knowing. That's a really interesting card to pull here. Can you just give me a minute? When Deep Knowing appears for me, there's always a sense of sort of instincts at work, intuition, sort of sixth sense, okay? And we've all got a sixth sense. We've got a lot more than six senses. But there's some sort of connection going on within you. That's what I'm picking up here. But just, if you don't mind, I'll just carry on with the reading, because I'm feeling something, but I'm not getting the words yet, okay? Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. He's a messenger, okay? This guy is appearing all the time now because communication for most people has gone viral, okay? So everything's about the internet, messaging, emailing. So I think there's going to be quite a lot of communication for you this week, Sagittarius. Be careful of impulsive communication. You know when something comes out and you think, oh no, what did I just do? Okay? Slow everything down. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, but not until the end of the week. I sort of want to bring her here, because when you tune into the Queen of Pentacles, everything's much slower, because she's the earth element, which is really slow, solid change, okay? So be careful of your communication. Now your crowning card is the Seven of Swords. So this is, cards change meaning. It's really hard to explain, okay? So what this card is showing up, okay, first of all, it's notoriously called the Thief card. And to me that means too much thinking. So too much thinking, and your thinking is robbing you of your well-being. That's one definition. As another definition is not 1 foot in the old and 1 foot not quite in the new world. So there might be some change going on, Sagittarius, but you're not in your new life yet. But there's a deep knowing that you're in transition. So I just want you to look at the image. He's looking back, okay, at these 2 swords. But he's got a handful of swords and he's walking through the archway to his new chapter. Now when this appears, it quite often means, well, I'm no longer in my old life, but I'm not in my new one. So it can be quite a tricky process, because it's a transition. It's a transition, and most people, a lot of people get into trouble when they're in that transition card, because a lot of fear comes up and a lot of survival issues. But it's only a transition. It's about change, okay? I hope this makes sense. So you start with the 5 of Discs, which is the survival issues coming up. It's with the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is always about new opportunities, but to be truthful with this page, there's one opportunity that you really want, and that's what he's got his eye on, rather than all the opportunities behind him. There's something calling you, Sagittarius, because right next to it is a Sun card. Yeah, which is absolutely beautiful. This is about illumination, growth, new potentials. And this is sort of what's going on. I'm not sure where these new potentials are. They might be work related, housing, but they also could be an emotional thing. Because I think you're in some sort of transition, Sagittarius. Because you've got this Five of Discs and the Knight of Swords, okay? So again, more communication, can be an air sign, male or female, who's communicating with you. He could be bringing good news because he's with the Sun card. But this Five of Discs can sometimes, it can be a financial issue, but it can also be an emotional issue. It's about being disconnected from spirit. I call it, you know, the orphan card, when we don't feel that we're connected with people, places, or things. Okay, it's quite a challenging card, Sagittarius, but we all get it. So it's about moving forward and processing stuff, because there's news coming your way, and this news is going to make you feel like the Sun card, make you feel alive. There's some new opportunities, but for some reason I want you to keep going through that archway and stop looking back. I don't know why, because it is a transition card, and it's a transition card that's not totally at peace. It's almost you don't know whether to go forward or back. I sort of want you to go forward, but everyone's situation is really, really different, because you get the Five of Cups, okay? So there can be some romantic issues going on here. The fives are about change. Change, that difficult stage of change, when we feel a bit lost in the transition. But we have to go through the fives to get to the new stage, okay? So there might be some emotional disappointment here. It's with the King of Wands, so it can be with this fire sign person, male or female. Or this is a part of you, Sagittarius, and there's some disappointment around some personal project, something you're trying to make happen, and you're not fully able to get it off the ground yet, okay? Just remember, because something's not happening doesn't mean to say it's never going to happen. The fives are a process card, and it's in a stage where you're working something through. You then get the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is traditionally quite a defensive card. You might be defending yourself around this king, okay? Classic PSD card, I call it. You know, that sort of card, well, you've hurt me before, and I'm not going to let you hurt me again. That's a bit like the Nine of Wands here, standing guarded. In my other decks, he wears a bandage because he's been in a war. So there's definitely a feeling of wanting to protect yourself. And I'm not sure if it's from this king, because there seems to be a lot of communication going on. And even though there's this beautiful Sun card, you've also got the Five of Cups. So there's still a little bit of loss and heartache. It's with the Queen of Pentacles, and I wish this was your crowning card, particularly around the communication, because she's so earthy, she's so in her body, grounded, okay? Good nutrition. You've got to look after yourself. This is about self-care. And the peacock gets its tail, remember, by eating its thorns. So I think you're working through quite a lot of stuff this week, Sagittarius, okay? I particularly think it's got to do with communication. And it's because you've got three swords cards. There's some emotional issues. There's a need to protect yourself and guard yourself, but I'm particularly getting a communication issue with someone. You know what? This Queen of Pentacles is a really lovely omen, though, that you are working it through. You can only ever work your own issues through. You can't do it for anyone else. Okay? Okay, Sagittarius, listen, I hope this helped. You've not had the easiest month, okay? I really, really get you. I'm really looking forward to your readings clearing and becoming lighter again. And I really hope November is going to start lightening things up for you. Okay, guys, I wish you well. Bye.